Okay, we'll call the October 13th meeting to order. Mr. Walk,
Here.
Mrs. Gonzalez,
Here.
Mrs. Sharuti,
Here.
Mr. Cabral.
Here.
Is he here?
Here.
Do you know?
Here. I'm here.
Nothing?
I'm here. I'm here.
I just keep going. Public communication. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by the majority of the board. The board will allow comments by members of the public on the agenda item during consideration of the item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation. Depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard, the president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees should be resolved through the district's personal complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt the speaker from potential liability for defamation. The proceedings of the board are recorded and are part of the public record. This time, do we have anybody? No, we don't.
Don says he's there, but could you guys not hear me?
No.
Well, we'll get it straightened out in closed session.
Yes.
We'll go to closed session at 5:01. All right, we will return to regular. This meeting is being conducted by Zoom teleconference at the following location: McLeod Ranger Station, 2019 Forest Road, McLeod, California, for President Don Cabral. Mr. Cabral, are you able to hear us?
Yes, sir, I can. Thank you.
Do you have the copy of the agenda?
I do.
Has the agenda been posted at your location?
It's on my dashboard.
Is your location such that any member of the public could participate in the public portions of this teleconference meeting from your location?
Yes.
Members of the board, can you hear Mr. Cabral?
Yes.
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 Because we are having a meeting with the teleconferencing, all actions will be done by roll call vote. If the call is dropped or lost at any time, the meeting will continue. Can you please stand for the flag salute? And Mr. Maddox?
Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have one item out of closed session. Stimulated expulsion case number 2526-01. Motion by board member Mr. Cabral and second by board member Mrs. Gonzalez. It is moved that the Board of Education find there are cause to expel student number 21880 from all schools in the district for violation of Education Code 48900A-1, A-2, EC 48915A1. Student number 21880 shall be expelled from the schools of this district for the remainder of the fall and spring semester of 2025 or 2026 school year. Student number 21880 will be allowed to apply for enrollment in Newman-Cozani Unified School District at the beginning of the fall semester of 2026-2027 school year of a 5-0 vote. Public communications for agenda and non-agenda items. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by the majority of the board. The board will allow comments by members of the public on an agenda item during consideration of the item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask the additional person speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees shall be resolved through the district's personal complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt the speaker from any potential liability for defamation. The proceedings of the board are recorded and are part of the public record. We have two speakers. The first one is Carolyn Mendoza. Please step up.
Good evening, members of the board. My name, as most of you know, is Carolyn Mendoza. I'm the former Assistant Superintendent and Chief Business Official, as well as a longtime community member and parent. I'm here this evening because I have questions on agenda items H8, H through M, and action item 9A. First of all, I see the board is preparing to issue $24 million in bonds. What's the project list for these funds? I didn't see one in the preliminary operating statement. Are you planning to address that when you discuss the resolution? $24 million is a lot of money. So, okay, I see you're not prepared to answer that right at the moment. I understand that negotiations were difficult last year, seeing as how there was not a great deal of new money to use for salary increases. I had heard about a 1% off the schedule settlement, which seemed generous due to the budget deficit and the fact that the actual funded COLA was only about 0.5% due to declining enrollment. I see the salary schedules up for approval, and I'm wondering where the costs are laid out for public view of these increases. I didn't see anything attached in the backup. Because they are more than just a 1% off the schedule, each schedule has cost items that may or may not be equitable across the units. I'm most concerned with the longevity stipends for management and teachers when there are classified staff borrowing money to buy groceries. The classified and certificated management are always the last to settle. It's a way to make sure that the frontline employees get taken care of first. However, this settlement does not seem to be very transparent. Some schedules are effective 7/1/24, and some schedules are effective 7/1/25. Classified management has a significant change in the longevity language, which will proportionately impact several individuals in the short term. While I'm not against this language, it needs to be considered of the timing for such a change to make sure that such a change is equitable across the board for all units. And if the optics are really what the district leadership is thinking it will be. For these agenda items to be considered, it's not as sparsely attended as I thought it would be because it's a day off from school. With the board president not in attendance, this doesn't seem transparent. Have these items been given due consideration from the board, or is it merely going to be a rubber stamp? I'm most concerned with the superintendent's salary schedule, which seems to be entirely self-serving, granting a 15% salary increase in the current year, which will compound annually. No other unit has settled for the current year, the 25-26 year, yet he is effectively getting a 15% raise with less than 3 years of district level leadership. A 1% off the schedule increase does nothing to attract and retain staff since the actual schedule doesn't change. Is this really the statement you want to put out to the staff, especially when I hear teachers and programs complaining that the district can't afford items for their classrooms and that purchase orders are on hold due to lack of funding? My question is, what is the true cost of these salary schedules, and has the budget been updated to reflect the changes? I see there was a designation of $400,000 in the ending fund balance at unaudited actuals, but in the current year, the balance falls below 8%. Passing these paltry increases to the site school staff while issuing $24 million in bonds will be confusing to the general public about why there's money for facilities but not operations. There's not been anything in the newspaper or communicated to the community to explain why people's property taxes will increase while the economy is where it is. Now, with the uncertainty of federal funding and the elimination of the special education department at the national level, which is the highest concentration of need in this district, is this the right message to send? This does not need to be voted on today. If you feel you need additional information to make an informed decision, table it and let the CBO do in-depth calculations. This should not be a hastily made decision, as it will have long-term financial effects. This is not a personal attack on any one person. I'm strictly asking that the board fully understand what they are approving and what it looks like to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Andrade?
Good evening. My name is Maria Andrade. I am the NCLTA Teachers Union President, a proud staff member at Yolo Middle School, Spanish teacher. And I'm here tonight because, first of all, forgive me. Let me address Mr. Rivas, Ms. Sharuti, Mr. Walk, Ms. Gonzalez, Mr. Pruitt, and Mr. Cabral, wherever you're at. I'm here tonight because I'm asking questions and regarding the proposed salary increase for our superintendent and certificated management. During my first year as union president, I had a front row seat to the negotiation process for the 24-25 NCLUSD and NCLTA contract. I listened as our negotiating team worked to get us the best possible raise during these difficult financial times. Long before the process started, this district office and school board president told us that there was no money, that we teachers should not be expecting anything significant. As a regular at these school board meetings, I can tell you that month after month, Board President Cabral has said there is no money for raises. We were told that our situation was tight and that the offer of a one-time payment of 1% of our salary was all the district could offer. We were not happy, to say the least, but we also understood that this district was millions, 7 million in debt at that time. Now that we know it's actually 5 million. So a one-time percent payment for a teacher who makes $75,000, well, they're gonna get a $750 payment before taxes. So we know how that goes with taxes. A teacher such as myself with 20 years of experience, I will get $1,090 one-time payment, and again, before taxes. So I stand here today asking, how is it that the board and district office can afford a raise for a superintendent who makes over $200,000 a year? Or certificated management who each make a little more than $100,000? How is it that teachers had only an offer of 1% one-time payment, and yet this proposal of a permanent increase is on the agenda? Especially when we're $5 million in debt. Why are teachers being asked to sacrifice? How you vote tonight will send a clear message to not only teachers, not only these students here, but to this community. What you say means nothing when your actions don't follow through with it. Now, in my request to also speak, I did have a piece from my first vice president, and I was hoping I would be allowed to read that to the board as well. Is that okay? All right, thank you. This is from Elsa Juarez, who's also a teacher at Yolo Middle School. She's a history teacher. She has been with this district for 27 years. Good evening. I'm sorry. I went to the wrong. She's got a lot to say. Good evening, board members. I'm unable to attend tonight's board meeting because I am in San Francisco at the VA hospital with my dad. Had I shared with him what is being proposed this evening, he would have made me leave his bedside, where he is battling cancer, to speak up against the proposed salary schedule changes that would increase administrator salaries at a time when teachers have been told that our district is facing a financial crisis. My dad, Melchor Rodriguez, values fairness, hard work, and standing up and speaking up for what is right. He has taught me that leadership is about service, not self-interest. He has done through this, not just by words, but his actions. Giving raises to administrators and administrative staff while continuing to deny them to the people in classrooms every day sends a discouraging and frankly disrespectful message where the district priorities lie. On top of teachers facing stagnant wages, we're also facing skyrocketing healthcare costs. Open enrollment ended past Friday. A Kaiser policy for myself and my 2 kids that are in college currently costs $3,039.04 per month. This district contributes just $797.48. That means I personally need to pay $2,241.56 out of pocket every month for basic health care coverage. And I will say this, she is a widow. She is a single mother. There is no husband, no partner to help her. She didn't include this. This is me sharing with you. There's more than many mortgage payments. It's unsustainable and unaffordable. Many teachers in our district do not insure their children. Others do not buy coverage for themselves because that's upward of $500 monthly. If our district has money, then that money should go to lowering teachers' out-of-pocket insurance costs, just as is done for administrators and their staff. District contribution towards their health coverage is $1,761.49 a month, compared to teachers, again, $797.48. When we're told there's no money for teachers, but money can be found for administrative raises, we hear what you may not be saying out loud. You are saying that people doing the most direct work with students are the ones being asked to give the most and get the least in return. This is a test of leadership, true leadership. Shared sacrifice. If you truly all in this together, then raises should not go to the top, while the foundation of our schools, the educators, are expected to continue to sacrifice. Please reconsider this proposal. Stand with your teachers. Show us we are valued, not just in words, but in actions. Thank you, Elsa Juarez. We ask you to reconsider, and we ask you just to remember that your vote is memorialized, that it will go on record. Thank you.
Thank you. One more. Mrs. Brittany Clark.
Hi, my name is Brittany Clark. I wasn't really planning on talking today, which is why I'm in my pajamas, so you have to forgive me. I am the lead negotiator for CSEA Chapter 551. I have been for a couple years. I'm also the high school library media clerk, which means that I am the one person at Orstemba that's guaranteed to meet every kid once. I'm not here to say vote yes, vote no, because as defeatist as it sounds, I don't think it matters here. I think by the time it meets here, you guys already know your vote. And it's hard, right? I've been at this podium a couple of times, and every time it's something really difficult, and every time I have to look people in the face and know that it's already done. You guys know what you should do with this. It is your personal choice. I'm not going to say either way. I am going to say that as the lead negotiator, if we go in this next round of negotiations and we're told 0 or a 3-year deal that doesn't add up to more than 3, it is going to be very difficult. My members will not pass it. I will not sign off on it. And I don't think it's fair, right? Like Ms. Mendoza did say, our members can't buy groceries. Our members can't pay their health insurance, right? It's going up 13% here in January again for one of our plans. Our members can't pay their rent. Our members can't take their kids to get new clothes. And it's not because of poor planning, right? This economy is terrible for everybody, even people that make multiple figures, and I get that, right? Life is hard. And I'm not gonna say ours is harder, right? I don't think that that's fair either. But I will say that this is a culture killer. This is something that we will carry with us when we are looked in the face and said, hey, you get 0. Hey, you get 1. Hey, you get 2. Right? Because we hear these other things and we're the ones that are boots on the ground like everybody else, but we're the ones that are consistently spit in the face. And so you're gonna do what you do tonight. That's up to you. I get it. But I hope that you're at least hearing what people are saying and will carry it forward so that as we start this next round of negotiations, as we're looking at our healthcare costs and trying to figure out what to do, as we're looking at what plans we're gonna offer for families and our community and our staff, there's a huge problem, right? Money, culture, barriers to access out here, something needs to happen. And so I hope that you guys are listening to what is really being said underneath the talk of money, underneath the talk of need, and you have a plan forward. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Can I get approval of the agenda?
I'd like to pull items J, K, and M from the consent calendar for discussion and possible separate action. Yeah, J, K, M like Mary.
What'd she say? She said J, right? Am I not seeing it? Where? Which one?
So this will be
Okay.
action, where's your other action? So we'll change this to action C, B, and E.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
Mr. Watt,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Mrs. Shruti,
Aye.
Mr. Cabral.
Aye.
What did he say? He said aye? Is that what he said? I didn't hear.
Yeah, aye. Aye.
And Mr. Rivas, aye. So, okay. Yeah. All right, so we'll go to, I go next, number 7, right? Information? Yeah. Information, discussion items, the student board member report, she is not feeling well, so there will be no report tonight. Attendance awards, Dr. Seha.
Good evening, Clerk Rivas, Superintendent Pruitt, and members of the board. We don't have the trophies with us tonight. It's a different night. A lot of our administrators and other staff members are out today. So I'll just announce the winners for this month. So for the month of September, so best attendance will go to Hunt Elementary with 99.4 attendance rate. Our most improved attendance award goes to YOLO with an improvement of 1.2%. And the best staff attendance will go to Bonita. And we'll make sure they get their trophies and are properly awarded to the people there. So thank you.
Thank you. No. That's it. All right. We'll go to action item A. Can I get a motion to approve of the resolution 2025-2026-05, authorizing the insurance of sale of general obligation bonds, election of 2024 Series A, Measure S in the principal amount of not to exceed 12 million, and general obligation bonds election 2024 Series Measure T in the principal amount of not to exceed 12 million, and approving preliminary official statement bond purchase agreement, all related documents and actions. I get a motion?
I make a motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Mr. Watt?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Sharuti?
Aye.
Mr. Cabral?
Aye.
And Ms. Rivas votes aye. 5-0. Item B, approval of Beyond the Bell mascot Ziggy the Zebra. Can I get a motion?
I motion.
Can I get a sec?
I second.
Thank you. Mr. Watt?
Aye.
Mrs. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Mrs. Sharuti?
Aye.
Mr. Cabral?
Aye.
And Mr. Reeves votes aye. 5-0. Papers. Can I get action C, approve the 2024-2025 certificated management salary schedule?
I have some questions. So, can you tell us how much certificated management gets towards their healthcare? I think it's like 21,000, right?
So it's 21,137.88, and that's carryover from last.
Classified gets what, 11,000? And what does certificate get? Like 9,700? Why is there like such a discrepancy in those numbers? Like that's a huge,
Yeah,
like you're looking at double certificated, looking like almost double classified. I'm just curious.
and I think I don't know what the history is on that, but there is a long history of the certificated management salary schedule, that cap being larger than the other two units.
Yeah, just like it's double,
Right,
you know?
right.
And like they're not a bargaining unit, so
Right.
it's kind of weird
Right.
that it's like double. So
Right.
like maybe people convince some board members in the past, I don't know the history of it either.
Yeah, and
but,
that's
like,
where
that's staggering.
yeah, and I will say that amount there is, it's the same amount that was last.
Like 30 years or something?
30 years, wow. So it's been like double for 30 years, wow. That's a lot, that's a long time. Let's see. So, like, I am a union member for or a negotiator for my district, like, I'd be like, so can the district afford to give everyone $21,000 to health cap? And I'm assuming that's gonna be a no.
No, definitely
Correct.
get straight into
Yeah.
reserves for sure.
Yeah, and my guess is there's like 50 certificated managements, classified managements. So if you cut that to match certificated, that's saving you like $12,000. So that's like, I don't know, almost $500,000 in savings. especially when, you know, we're $5 million in the red.
So fair enough. I mean, I think that's a fair assessment of things. We can certainly, with Pruitt's direction, present to you projections. I mean, we are here to serve any form of scenarios you all want to run. At the end of the day, it's the community's budget is ultimately what it is. So if that is a scenario that you wish for us to price out in some shape or form for a multi-year, we can certainly, at minimum, open it up for a, some form of workshop or some form of forum where we can all have the conversation. That is ultimately what is within the purview of you all. I mean, it is ultimately you, you approving the budget. So certainly, we can take that into note and consideration.
Okay. I have a question too. So certificated management, classified management, like their longevity is all a percentage, where other bargaining units is a flat rate. Like why is that discrepancy? I mean, that's percentages when they get pay increases, like they add up. When you're getting paid a flat rate, it stays the same. So why why isn't everybody a percentage, or why isn't everybody a flat rate for longevity?
Again, this goes back, I will say when I was here from 2009 to 2013, there was no longevity added to the salary schedule. This came after 2013, is my understanding. I don't know the exact year on that. And when it was determined and approved, it was based on percentages for our certificated management. Classified management had a different schedule that we were looking to align with the other managers. That's why there's changes to it on the proposed salary schedule that you have. And the superintendent's salary, and I don't know when the longevity came in with the superintendent. I'm sorry, it's just, these are things like when I came in, were situated this way. I don't know what the history is behind them and how they came about, but that's what was determined and approved. I don't know what years, 2014, 2014.
It's just because the health cap longevity, like it doesn't seem equitable, it doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem like that's in the public's best interest to spend money at the top, again, when you have everybody else, on the ground working with students. So I think we definitely need to look into that and consider that, and I hope others on the board are willing to do that as well.
I agree, Derek.
Any other questions? Anything? No?
We can either, I have amendments here, or we can table the discussion on all these, so.
Make a motion to table it.
I second.
C, D, and E?
Yeah.
All three? Who made the motion? Ms. Gonzalez, you second it?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Watt,
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Aye.
Ms. Sharuti,
Aye.
Mr. Cabral,
Aye.
and Mr. Rivas, aye, 5-0. All right, we will table those three. So those will be on future agenda items? Okay, those three?
Can I just interject really quickly? Whenever we have a moment, or in whatever the best forum will be, to get a directive of what you would like to see projected will be very helpful. As I presented during the last board meeting, we are going into first interim reporting, and now will be a really good time to start looking at our multi-year projections, kind of hitting reset, letting things be planned out as how things fall between the last update that you all had for your multi-year projection to now. So I would really appreciate that as a form of guidance for all of us, definitely for myself. As direct as you can be, it'll be very helpful for my end. And I can lean on Mr. Pruitt to transmit that information to us. Thank you.
Yeah, I do have something I want to say. So first, I want to be clear, my comments tonight aren't about anyone's performance or personal value to the district. They're about fairness, consistency, and how our decisions reflect our values. I did notice that in the proposed salary schedule, specifically for the classified management schedule, it includes longevity language that states continuous years employed by the district. That's a big shift. Traditionally, longevity pay is based on years of service within the same classification, which I did comment this to Mr. Pruitt earlier today, whether certificated management, classified management, or certificated staff. So currently the wording could be interpreted to include years in the district in any role, even across classifications. This breaks consistency with how other groups are treated and creates inequity. Also, even if some nearby districts count administrative years for their superintendent, I still do not agree with this approach. The superintendent's role is already unique in both scope and pay, and counting all prior administrative years turns longevity into an added form of compensation rather than a retention tool. Mr. Walk already commented, but I did have a comment that we needed to look closer at benefit equity, specifically between management and our teachers and classified staff. In a year when we've told our teachers and staff that budgets are tight and we can only offer one-time stipends, approving increased pay or expending longevity from management sends a conflicting message. This isn't about denying recognition. It's about making sure our actions match the values we talk about. Fairness, responsibility, and respect for all employees. Because of these inconsistencies, I did not feel comfortable approving these items as written. My goal isn't to slow progress, it's to make sure that what we approve is clear, equitable, and maintains trust across the district.
Anybody else? None else? All right, we'll go to superintendent's report.
All right, so for future agenda items, we have the items C, D, and E that we just talked about. And then we also have the safety plans. So they were going to be on the agenda for November. It has been moved to January. Leslie, you get that? So January will be the safety plans. So that's what I have for the future agenda items at this point. Yep. So superintendent's report, have a few things. First of all, we have the Dig Pink celebration that we did, the competition. It was well attended by both Gustine and Newman. Again, the exact numbers about the amount of money they made, we don't have that in yet, but we will. Carly Felber, Vicky Felber, Angie Makovich, and her team, and the team from YOLO as well, did an amazing job. So first of all, we have a lot to be proud of every time we run that event. It's pretty well attended, and again, it's just a great thing to do. I know that we had different cooks for the linguiça this year, but they pulled it off. So the other thing we have as well, and I'll be bringing you more information. I am attending the city council meeting tomorrow night to talk about a piece of land that is in dispute between the city and the district. Part of the varsity baseball field and the gravel dirt lot is actually city property. Back in the 1960s, Mr. Canner and another employee built a baseball field and worked with the city, and they just agreed to move things back. But there's nothing in writing. So we are working with working with our legal team, their legal team, to make that right, so that it's years to come, we know who's responsible for that property. So we're working on that as well. We can thank apps like OnX which gives property lines that brought that to light. And the other thing is, and I know I sent you guys this in the Friday report, is the community survey. It's out there. Please get it to people that you know that maybe don't have students in the school, but maybe have an interest in the district. And then just recently, with the threat of thunder showers and lightning, we put together a policy for the swimming pool to match really what they do at a lot of schools and colleges. Anytime there's threat of lightning in the area, you know, Matthew Vargas will make the first call whether we're gonna open or not. And then once it's open, the pool manager keeps an eye on things and determines if she closes it down from there and the procedures to take. So that policy has been made for any of the inclement weather.
Mr. Rivas, I have a question, and I apologize. I was moving the items from consent over. Did you actually get a motion, a second, and approve the rest of the items?
No, I don't think he did.
That's what
Can
I
we go
thought.
back? Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I thought.
The consent calendar.
Have you removed J, K, and M? Correct. And then you tabled C, D, and E.
Yeah, we have that.
But for the rest of the consent items,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't do the rest of the consent.
I make a motion to consent the rest of the items.
I second that.
Mr. Watt?
Aye.
Mrs. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Cabral?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, 5-0. You're welcome. That's it for your
That was it for my report, yes.
board member report, Mrs. Shruti. I'm just reading what it says.
First. Well, good evening, everybody. I had something written down, but with this meeting, it just completely took a change of course. First of all, Ms. Clark, I want to say that I am completely appalled by you coming up here and telling us that we've already came to a decision before we even discussed or even had the opportunity to hear anybody. I can tell you honestly that I am here for the students, I'm here for the teachers. I have been in this district since I was in kindergarten, and my kids have gone through here, and I currently have a child here. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was looking forward to hearing everybody's comments, everybody's questions, concerns, everything. And for you to come in here and say that we had already made a decision, you have no idea how hard it is for us. We are trying very, very hard for us to work together as a team. And you know what? I think we're doing a really good job in understanding each other's differences and being okay with disagreeing and not disagreeing. So I hope that next time you don't come at us like if we've already made a decision, because we had not made a decision. We were looking forward to listening to everybody. And I'm glad that this is going to be taken and we're going to discuss it and we're going to make it fair for everybody, because that's our job here. We're here for the community, we're here for the students, we're here for everybody. We want everybody to be in the same position. We don't want anybody to get more, we don't want anybody to get less, we want to give the best to everybody. And like I said, I'm very active. And I knew that taking this job here on the school board was not going to be easy. And I'm sorry, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make what's better for our district and for our students. And we are open to hearing and answering, and whatever it takes, we are here for that. And you know what, I don't know you personally, but you know what, you're doing a damn good job at what you're doing at the library. And you know what, God bless you. But for you to come at us saying that we were already deciding, you have no idea what we're going through. You have no idea what goes behind closed doors. And it's not fair for us to be under the attack, because trust me, we are trying. And we are an open book, we want to be transparent. And I think if you come and approach us, you will get a transparency. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, I'm here to do what's best. And if you want to meet me outside to talk or question or whatever, I'm more than happy to come at you. And as far as the students, you guys are our priority. And I don't want you guys thinking that we're just up here to look cute or to try to do whatever it is that we can, because that is not That is not what my job is. I'm speaking for myself. And like I said, I am very passionate about this. I had two of my older girls that went to a different school and they graduated from a different school. And I had my son that graduated from Oristamba, and I'm hoping my 13-year-old graduates from Oristamba. And you know what? If I can sit up here and try to make a change and make a difference, that is my job here. And I don't want anybody to come after my team because we are trying. And I'm sorry if you guys took offense to, oh, that we were going to agree on an item or try to just pass it, because that is never our intention. And you know what? Kudos to you teachers, because I know how hard your job is. And trust me, I can speak for my child. She's not the easiest child. She's very social. But you know what? God bless you teachers for doing what you do. And we are trying to do what's best for everybody in this district. And like I said, we are all working as a team. And the only thing I can hope is that you guys work with us. You know, we cannot get anywhere if we're going to be attacked. And then do not expect, at least for me, don't expect for me to not come after, because I am. If you're going to attack me and my team, well, you know what? We're going to attack back. And it might not be the nicest and it might not be the best, but my goodness, this is a hard job. Whether anybody thinks it is or not, this is a difficult job to sit up here once a month and to try to make the right decision that's going to benefit everybody. And this is what we're trying to do. We never take anything for granted. We never just throw money away. We are trying to make things work. And if there is an issue, please come and talk to us, because we're not trying to sugarcoat anything. We're not trying to hide anything. We are trying to work for you guys. So other than that, I mean, the schools, by what I've seen and by the things I've attended, and like I said, I had it written down, but I left it back. Everything is good. And for YOLO, I love the sign that says, who's absent, who's not here, or who's not coming, or who's doing what, because it's a motivation for these parents to come and bring their kids to school. So other than that, I'm sorry you guys had to witness something that probably got a little tense for me, but I want you guys to understand, we are passionate for the students in the district. That's all I got.
Thank you. Mrs. Gonzalez?
Well, some of the things I'll echo from what Maribel said is I was actually really pleased to see people actually come to the podium today. It's very rare to see people at the podium, and I feel like I say that every single month. Like, gosh, it's a little sad. We wait. Nobody says anything. It's really nice to hear personally from people. I've loved visiting the sites and actually getting to see what people are doing hands-on. With that being said, I did get to go to Oristamba High School's back to school night. I met a new special education teacher. She's my godson's teacher. So she told us all her ins and outs of what she's been doing, and she had a lot of great energy and compassion. I joined Mr. Walk and went on a tour all over our special education sites with Alyssa, and that was really fun. I feel we got a lot of substance out of that. I told her it's different, right, when you're touring with the actual special education director, and no offense to Mr. Pruitt, but it was just a different experience because she knew the details of everything and all the teachers very closely. So it was great. It was great, and it was also nice to see the aides actually, doing all the work. Lastly, I visited the alternative education site with Mr. Pruitt, saw firsthand how well the no phones policy was working, actually told us what wasn't working initially, and how much improvement they've seen in the students since they started no phones. What was the percentage that she said that they're 3 times more productive without phones? I mean, no surprises, right? But it was nice to see them engaged and participating. Just a reminder to everybody that no matter the discussion at the table, we all share the same goal, right? We're here for the students and for the betterment of the school district. And I'm happy to be here. It has been a very challenging role. Definitely not one you can really study or prepare for, right? But I truly hope that you all know that my goal is to be transparent and advocate as best as I can. But also, I don't operate on rumors, so unless you tell me directly how you're feeling, I don't know, and I can't make it up for you. So please keep the comments coming. They're very helpful as we navigate the school year. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, me, Mr. Rivas. So follow back what they said, like I said, we're all here for the same thing for the kids. I applaud you guys coming up, speaking. No issues there at all. Yeah, I'm year 4 now, and I know people think, oh, it's done, everything's done, but like Maribel said, it wasn't done. But other than that, on something positive, we had the baked potato drive on Friday at the high school. I just want to applaud the high school, applaud the parents, because it was hectic. I felt so bad for those parents that were working in that booth. You had some, how can I phrase this? Very impatient customers wanting their baked potato, but it was hectic. I was in that line, trust me. But to sing, I don't know how much it made, but it was that fundraiser hits a lot. And it was great to see. But I want to applaud all the parents. I think Mrs. Sandy Solano was in charge of that. It was great. It was a great fundraiser, and I don't really like baked potatoes, but I had, I think, 2, and they're really good. So I applaud all the parents for that. And other than that, that's all I have for today. Mr. Watt?
Yeah, I just want to throw a shout out to Dig Pink. Went to the volleyball game, saw Yolo, and saw a little bit of the JV or Stimba game. That's always a really fun event. I think I've been going into it for like the past 5 years now, and really enjoy my linguiça sandwiches. 12th graders, you guys got to see government in action today, so make sure that once you guys turn 18, you guys can go vote and you guys can participate in government. Thank you.
History.
I don't use that force.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Cabral? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just basically touched on what Maribel and everybody else on the board, Lizette and Derek said. We are working together as a team to try to negotiate and move forward the district as well as the students and the staff. So it is challenging. So we'll keep working. And that's pretty much all I have. I just want to say thank you for Frank to run the meeting, and I'll be back next month. Happy Halloween.
Thank you, Mr. Cabral. Meeting's adjourned at 6:51.